Anyone ever bought you new art supplies, maybe as a gift? Did you enjoy using them? Or were they something that ended up collecting dust? As artists, we probably research and buy most of our own art supplies. We know what we loved and often will stick to using just our favourite things. What if, on your next delivery you received, it was from someone you'd never met, who has never been inside your studio? This artist will have their own perspective on art styles and will have full control of your next piece. In collaboration with YouTube's Aussie Crafter, I will be unboxing mystery art supplies she has sent me and creating an art piece only using those supplies. I don't have any idea what she's picked for me, and this is going to be a challenge. Has she picked something I'm going to enjoy, or could this be a total disaster? Whilst I'm doing that, over on her channel, you can see her unboxing supplies I've sent her. She will also be completing an entire art piece using just these supplies, so make sure you check out her video and her channel. And it's time to get to the fun part, which is opening these packages. There are 5 packages all up that I received from the Aussie Crafter that was sent from Amazon. These are going to be a lot of fun. The first few feel very light, so I'm expecting them to be accessories. The last couple are definitely a lot heavier. I'm expecting them to be the medium, and I'm going to open them last because I want this to be a secret art haul. I don't want to know what's in it until I see it. After I unbox everything, I'm going to complete an artwork only using items from these boxes. That is only a little scary because I have absolutely no idea what is in these packages at this stage. I don't know if it's going to be things that I'm going to know how to use or if it's going to completely challenge me in all the wrong ways. This could be an epic disaster. I have absolutely no idea. And guess what? We're just going to open the packages and find out. Okay, opening the first parcel now. It is the lightest. I'm expecting some kind of tool, but don't know what's going to be. Okay, it is paintbrushes. That gives me absolutely no clue about what the rest of the parcels could be because there are so many different things you can use paintbrushes for. So I'm definitely intrigued. On to the second item now. Okay, I'm still intrigued because I still can't see what it is. I just have to open this with all this bubble wrap. Okay, it is acrylic matte finisher. I still don't know what I'm doing here because this is not a brand I know. It doesn't say it's a varnish. So I'm not familiar with whatever this is. So I'm definitely intrigued what Aussie Crafter has in mind for me today. Your guess is as good as mine. On to package number 3. Now, I kind of had a hunch that this might be a bag. It kind of feels like a tote bag. So let's see what this is. It is a bag, but it's a backpack. This is not exactly what I was expecting it to be. And she has done a very good job because she has picked things that are completely things that I wouldn't have bought myself. And that is the whole point of this. So I cannot wait to see what's actually in the next parcel. I'm thinking it could be some acrylic markers or something that I can use on the actual bag, but I really don't know. And I think she's picked so well. Now let's get into the fourth one. And this one confused me because it actually feels like a book, like it's long, it's thin, but it's heavy. And I do not know how that works with a backpack. So let's open it. And I was right, but I'm still confused because cute chibi animals is definitely not what I was expecting, but maybe this is supposed to be some inspiration for the art piece today. And look at these animals. They are absolutely so adorable. Like, I love this. This is so thoughtful. And I think she's done a really amazing job, Aussie Crafter, of picking things that are actually unusual. I'm guessing that we could do like a little bit of an inspiration with one of these animals. Let's get on to the very last piece. And this is heavy, so I kind of know it's going to be the medium. Plus, we haven't received the medium yet. Let's see what this is after we remove all of the paper. It is acrylic leather paint. Oh my god. She absolutely nailed this one. Nobody knows this, but I have seen people's videos for the longest time of them painting their leather Nike Air Force Ones. I have wanted to do that so much. I don't really want to spend $200 on a pair of shoes and do that well, so I might not use Nikes, but the thing that has always stopped me is that I've assumed that leather paint would be so expensive. Like, I don't want one color, 2 colors, 3 colors. You know, you'd want to have a little bit of a variety. And Aussie Crafter, I had absolutely no idea that that is kind of a secret ambition of mine. Nobody actually knows that. So she has completely and utterly nailed this choice for me. And I am so excited. Like, I can already think about other projects that I want to do with these paints, and I haven't even started yet. I think this proves why I'm actually doing this kind of challenge. And I've done a similar challenge where I got my husband to spend $100 on art supplies, and he did the same thing. He bought everything I needed for that art piece, and I do have a video on that, and I will link that in the description. So this time I kind of wanted to twist it around and actually give it to an artist to choose the things for me, because I knew that they would pick something that was really, really cool and they would understand the actual product. I thought about getting just one of my friends to do this, and then I thought they're more likely to not really think about the full finished piece. They might buy like the paints, but then forget to include the brushes, or they pick a surface that needs some kind of heavy paint, but not actually supply the things that I need for that kind of heavy paint. So I figured trusting an artist with this would be the way to go, because they have an understanding of what you need to finish a piece from start to finish. And thankfully Aussie Crafter agreed to do this, and she did an amazing job with picking the items. Just before we get onto the artwork, I just want to recap everything that we'll be using today. We have the acrylic brushes. We also have the acrylic matte finisher. I now know what it's used for, thank God. Next up was the backpack, which is our canvas. I do not know at this stage what I actually want to paint on this. We have the cute Chibi Animals How to Draw book, which is very cute. And of course, last but not least, we have the beautiful 12 different leather acrylic paints in a variety of colors, including the primary. So I cannot wait to get started with these, shall we? The whole purpose of doing a $100 mystery art supply challenge is to really think outside the box and do things you wouldn't normally do. So I've decided that I'm actually not going to do an animal. I think an animal seems too easy, and I want to do something that's a little bit more creative, and I want to use the structure of the bag. So instead, I've decided to do a French storefront, and I'm using the flap on the front as an awning because I want to actually use that to enhance my artwork. And it's kind of in a little bit of an annoying space that if I did something else, it kind of would cut it off. And I kind of just wanted to use that and use it well. When you do a challenge, you kind of take what is in front of you. You kind of figure out how you can use those things to your advantage. Another issue I actually had with this is I was actually going to paint the whole bag white as a base color, but apparently I don't have a white paint. There is a bottle that looks like white paint, but it's called neutral, and it is completely transparent color. You would use the neutral color if you want to thin down one of the other colors and just create a nice glaze. But it's okay. This is a challenge, and with a challenge you pivot. So instead of using white, I'm always using the lavender color as my lightest value, and I'm actually okay with that. I don't actually mind because this is just a fun project, and I want to be able to have problems and I want to figure out how to handle them. I encourage all of you to do the same. For me, the whole fun of getting someone else to pick all the supplies I use in a project is the fact that I have to think of different ways of doing things. I'm not just restricted to the way I normally do things. I have to actually come up with different solutions and actually just be creative. I don't even have a ruler. Like, I thought I could use the paintbrushes as my ruler, but I decided not to, so everything is freehand. And I actually don't mind this because I want to be able to draw and paint looser. It's something that I see others do and they're so amazing at it, and it's something that absolutely terrifies me. So it is one of those things that this challenge has actually thrown at me, and I think I'm doing okay with it, and I'm kind of liking how this is coming out. I really like this piece so far. I was originally thinking about putting a bicycle in front of the store or a little table and chairs, but because this is a candy store, I decided that I'm going to just decorate everything with candy. So I have a little open sign that is a giant lolly in a wrapper. I am now doing a giant lollipop as well, and it's in a planter, and I'll do some more things like that. Plus the actual window itself for inside the store will have different forms of candy on the shelves, and it's just going to be a lot of fun and a lot of color and a lot of vibrancy. And again, this is completely out of my comfort zone. I never do scenes. I always do like little characters, and even when I do characters, often there'll be no background. So for me, I wanted to do something that is not normal for me. I want to do something that is a little bit obscure for me and just keep learning. And I encourage all of you to do the same. art is about having fun and about enjoyment, and sometimes you can enjoy something and you can absolutely love it, but you may not realize that there's other kinds of mediums and other styles that you want to do, or you might be too terrified to try them. And I encourage all of you to just do it. It doesn't really matter. Like, you know what? I probably said this in many, many videos before. If something doesn't work out or you think it's a little ugly, just paint over it. Every single art piece has an ugly stage. I can guarantee you that even the Mona Lisa had an ugly stage. It has 40 layers of oil paint or something. There would have been times where it just did not look nice, but it comes together in the end. You just got to trust yourself and you've just got to enjoy the process. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Just have fun. Hey, if you make a mistake, are you enjoying yourself? And who cares? Just, or you do what I said before and you just kind of pivot and you kind of go, oh, that didn't work out. What can I do with it? How can I fix it? That is what it's all about. That is what, being creative is all about. It's not about doing things by all the rules. It's not about doing things exactly the same way every time. It's just about you take the time. You do the things you enjoy. You kind of just let the creativity take over, and that's how you paint. I really didn't like how the actual store name looked. The magenta against the pink was too matchy-matchy. It just didn't stand out. But putting the actual stripes on it completely transforms it and it gives it that vibrancy that it lacked. Plus, it kind of has that iconic candy feel of red and white stripes, or as we would probably call it, lavender and magenta stripes. But it doesn't actually look like lavender here. It actually kind of looks like white. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I have to say, I was so nervous with this whole project because somebody else spent their hard-earned cash on these supplies. I kind of want to do a better job. It actually pushes you. I was thinking about doing more on the bag and doing things on the side, but I've decided to refrain and just do the front. I want to have that perfect canvas look at the front and I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to ruin this. I really kind of love how it's turning out. And I gotta say, my favorite thing on this whole piece is that little blue lollipop I did there. The blending of these paints works so well and I get that beautiful sphere look and I can see the shading and I'm so happy with that. And I'm just finishing this all up with a chocolate coated strawberry. I don't know if that's candy or not. It's chocolate, but it's also fruit. But hey, it's my store. It's a fictional store and I can sell chocolate coated strawberries if I want to. I'm just finishing it all up now. I do actually paint all of the sides and the back, but I did that off camera and let's get into the reveals. So here it is. What do you think? Would you consider giving someone else complete control of your art projects and doing something similar to this? I totally recommend it because it's just all so much fun and you'll do something you've never thought about doing. You'll surprise yourself. I really love how this turned out. I'm quite proud of it and I actually would use this bag. I think it's completely adorable. I may add some whites now that the video is finished because I don't have to play by the rules, but yeah, I love it. What do you think? Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And don't forget to check out Aussie Crafter's video, which I'll link up here. And if you want to see the other video where I had $100 worth of mystery art supplies bought for me, you can watch that video here.